Welcome all. We are going to start our fourth lesson, that is environmental balance. Before that we have already studied three lessons. So what is actually environmental balance that we are going to see in this lesson. Okay, now you can see in this diagram. You can see the cows, you can see the bullocks, you can see the fish, you can see also the dog which is there nearby, the grandfather. You can see the rabbit, you can see the butterfly. So there are various living things present here. Now non-living things which are present, yes, there is a house. Okay, you can see the particularly what you can see over here which is non-living, yes, the bangles which the girl is wearing, the stick which is present of grandfather, the specs the grandfather is wearing. So there are several living things and non-living things present over here. In your surrounding also you can see many such things. Okay, so what actually this lesson is, what is actually environmental balance, we are going to study. So before that we'll proceed over here. Make a list of all the living things you see there. If you do not know the names of any of the living things you see, make a note of them describing their shape, color, sound, shelter, etc. Or draw their pictures. Count how many types of living thing you can see. We can see the animals, we can see the butterflies which is coming under insects. We can see the human beings also. We can see the frog, we can see the rabbit. So these all are living things. The plants are also living thing. Okay, so what actually is present in this lesson we are going to study now. So what is this all variety called as? Now you can see in this diagram itself, you can see the birds are flying, the butterfly is present, the dog is present. Now dog and butterfly are same? No, they are not same. Can you tell me the fish and the dog is same? They are also not same. But they are coming, or the bullock and this dog is same? No, but they are coming in one category, that is animals. So what is actually this biodiversity, and what actually biodiversity means? Biodiversity means, first word diversity means variety. The variety you see in the living things belonging to a particular area is called as biodiversity. You leave this example, you can take an example of your class itself. In your class you are somewhere about 50 students. Okay, few are girls, few are boys. Now can I say girls and boys are same? No. Some girls are having short hair, some are having long hair. Some boys, their height is big, some are short in height, some are little healthy like, some are little thin. So everyone is different. There is no one who will be, I cannot say that yes, these two boys are totally same. So what actually I want to tell is that you can see the variety everywhere you go. Variety in your class, variety in the school. So this all variety which you see, it is called to be as biodiversity. So what is biodiversity? Yes, biodiversity means whatever variety you see in one particular area is said to be as biodiversity. It is considered in the form of living things. Now, to study the biodiversity of a place, scientists make a large number of observations. Before they have introduced this biodiversity, what they have did? Yes, scientists first they have studied that particular area, they have did lot of observations. They make this observation in different conditions. They are doing in rainy season, they are doing in winter season, they are doing in summer season. It is not that they went today in the forest, they have seen these animals are present, okay, discuss or write down there are only 10 types of animals in forest. No, they are doing these observations continuously in all the conditions. Okay, they are doing it day and night and in different seasons also. They use special device to make this observation of the living things that are found at the great heights or depths, as well as of microorganisms. Yes, some animals are coming out in rainy season, some are only found in winter season. So according to that particular basis, they are doing the observation day and night. For doing this observation, what they use? Yes, they are using a certain type of instrument or certain type of device which they can which will be useful for them for doing these observations. Observations of many scientists are brought together and studied again. These all the scientists, they are coming together and they are discussing their observation, and a particular study is being mentioned in front of us. When all such efforts are made over a long period of time, we be sure of the biodiversity of that place. Now if you go to the forest, now you are knowing in forest there are various kinds of animals, various kinds of plant. So yes, someone have did that observation. How we have understood there are various kinds of animals? Yes, who told us? There is the book, we are having the book, from book we are getting information. Now how book have understood? Yes, it was already discussed by the scientists that they have did this research, they have did these observations, and later it came to know that there is a huge amount of biodiversity present everywhere. Okay, now if you consider your own class itself, you are 50 kids, but 50 kids are totally different from each other. There is variety in you. One can write, one handwriting is good, one's handwriting will be not that good, one will be short in height, another will be very tall. So it is totally the variety, it is there in your class, and that is said to be as the biodiversity of your class. Now what is environment? We will just start for this word environment. Our lesson is environmental balance, so we are going to see what actually the environment is. The surroundings and the conditions in those surroundings which affect the life of an organism there are together said to be as the environment. What is environment? In Marathi we called as Paryavaran. What is Paryavaran? Yes, the surrounding means you are surrounding your neighbor side, and the conditions in that surrounding. What are the conditions going on nowadays? It is rainy season. So surrounding and the conditions which are going in that surrounding which affect the organism's life means if I am staying at a particular place, the surrounding which is there nearby to me, it will affect my health, it will affect me. So that is said to be as my environment. Okay, so environment of a particular person can vary according to place. It includes many components such as sunlight, air, water, soil, plants and animal. What things are included in environment? Yes, there is sunlight, the air which is surrounded to us, the water which is present, soil, plants, animals, etc. Now living and non-living things are dependent on each other. There is lot of give and take or interaction between them. Now living, we are living. The clothes which we are wearing, it is non-living. Is just tell me now, there is a give and take between you and your clothes. If suppose without clothes we cannot go anywhere, we are supposed to wear, we are totally dependent on clothes. You take your own book itself. Now you are using the mobile for your study. Mobile is living or non-living? Yes, it is non-living. So we are dependent on what? Yes, we are dependent on a non-living thing. Yes or no? So living and non-living thing are totally dependent on each other, and it is a give and take between them and us. Okay, environmental science studies this interaction. So the environmental science means your EVS is doing the study of this only give and take. Okay, now they have given you few pictures down, and they have told you to discuss the mutual relationship between these various factors of environment. Now you can see over here this grasshopper. Now grasshopper is ate by which of the animal present here? Can you see frog present? Is frog present here? No. Then tell me who can eat the grasshopper? Yes, the snake can eat it. Now who can eat the snake? Yes, the eagle can eat it. So this caterpillar is present. Now who is dependent on this caterpillar? Yes, this chameleon which is present over here, or the small duck which is present here. So everyone in this surrounding or everyone in this environment is dependent on one another for their food also. Now you tell me your own example. We are dependent on leafy vegetables, we are dependent on the fruits, we are dependent on plants. We are also eating meat, we are also eating chicken, we are also eating flesh of and some of the animals. So we are dependent on animals also. Now we are using the shoes, we are using the leather wallet, bags, belts. Now they are obtained from the skin of an animal. So again we are dependent on animals. So what I am trying to tell over here, that we are dependent on these animals for one or the another reason, and they are helpful to us. They are always helping us to satisfy our need. Okay. Now the food chain. Food chain means what? Now see, these plants are dependent on sunlight for food. How? Whenever sunlight is present, plants can prepare their own food. If sunlight is not present, the plant will die. So sunlight is dependent, or sorry, the plants are dependent on sunlight. Now who is eating that plants? Yes, the grasshopper is eating that plants. Who is eating that grasshopper? Again, you can see the sparrow present over here. The sparrow or that bird is eating that grasshopper. Same way, there is a chain between them. Chain, like now you take another example. Grasshopper is ate by frogs. Frogs are ate by snakes, and snakes are ate by the eagles. So there are several links in this chain. If the link were separate from each other, would they call to be as a chain? Chain means what? It is continuous. If one at least part if I have removed, can I say it as a chain? No, I cannot say it as a chain. Even though each link is a complete object, it is joined to the links before and after it. So in this picture also, the first picture we can see the sun, some plants, a grasshopper and a bird. All are connected. Each of these components, the plants, grasshopper, bird, is a food for the next one. Okay, everyone is like a food for the another person present there, and such type of chain which are in which each of them are dependent for food on the previous one is said to be as the food chain. Okay, now you can see over here the deer is present. Who is actually eating this deer? Yes, you can see this one, the tiger, which is present down. So what is the food of tiger? Yes, it is deer. So everyone is dependent over here for their food, and that particular chain is said to be as the food chain. So in the nature there are many food chains. If one of the link in the chain become extinct means what? It disappeared, it completely vanished. Will the food chain last? For example, now see, plants are dependent on sunlight. Rabbit is dependent on that plants or that grass, and that rabbit is ate by the snake. Suppose if this rabbit is not present, directly or indirectly it will be totally affecting that snake. Yes, because particularly the food of that snake only disappeared. So always remember one thing, in this food chain each and everyone are dependent on each other. So the next part of this lesson we are going to study later. I hope you have understood this.